Welcome back to Jujutsu Kaisen Anime Review Episode number 6. This is discussing the last 3 episodes officially aired for the season. Yes, I'll talk about basically that in the following video, along with my final thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. There's a couple things I forgot to mention that actually is once brought up in these episodes. Episode 21, I forgot to mention is that the competition they had to do for the exchange event, play a game of baseball. Yep, a game of baseball. Now, this is only the second anime I've watched where, you have a baseball game played in an episode. Yep. A pretty fun episode. Yep. And then we have the characters go on a mission. Yes, another mission. The other characters do not play a role in this arc at all. Nope. The other classmates from Jujutsu High School, like the Tokyo branch, nope, do not play a role at all. Now, we do get a little bit into Megumin's, a little bit of his backstory here, where they're investigating the series of 3 deaths. And apparently the first one is connected to the start of the series, when Juto ate one of Sutena's fingers in the pilot episode, where apparently it happened back in June. Probably the end of the school year. Yep. Yeah, that's probably what happened there. And apparently happened 2 more times. And apparently, here's the thing. Apparently these 3 guys, along with what they revealed to be later on to be Megumin's sister, Megumin himself, all attended the same middle school. Yes, despite the fact by dress-wise, it looks like a high school. Yes. Now, I'm not sure if this was Now, appearance-wise, I'm not really sure if this is the case for some, the way they're dressed. You would think, basically, the way they're dressed would look more professional. It's probably look like a high school. But no, apparently it's described as a middle school, which just seems quite odd. Okay. So, apparently these 2 guys who apparently know Megumin, due to the fact he beat up half the frickin' students at this school. And the students are terrified of him. Yep. So, apparently his sister knew the guys, and, well, it's all connected to this haunted bridge. Apparently people like jumping up this bridge to commit suicide as well. They say test of courage, but actually, no. Test of courage, as you mentioned later on, is actually underneath the bridge. Yep. So they go to the bridge, and nothing there. The bridge itself, they say it's haunted. They find nothing. And then they go down below the bridge. They jumped out the bridge. No, they did have Yuto basically throw out the bridge one time. A freaking tail. I found it to be so funny. So, while their suit fighters off doing something else, like escorting some guy's sister home, pretty nice of her to do. And they just basically cross like a border because they're Jujutsu sorcerers, and they battle a curse who is a whack-a-mole. Yes, a whack-a-mole. Megumin taking this guy, and you have the other 2 take on the other creature who pops up there, a green creature. And this green creature, turns out he's actually one of the cursed items that was stolen last arc. Yeah, there was a series of artifacts that were stolen. Now here's the thing. Why in the world they were stolen? I don't know. Oh, there's another thing I forgot to mention. There's actually a setup for a story arc that happened in the manga, where it's the longest arc of the whole manga, which I'll get to that in my final thoughts. Yes, they mentioned, October 31st. I'll get to that in my final thoughts one, because, well, there's something related to my announcements for this series in the next video. So, they end up taking on 2 other demons, who just happen to be brothers, and they kind of explain their backstory. Is that during the Meiji era, about 150 years prior to the series, where, get this, okay, so a curse impregnated a woman 9 times, and then this curse aborted the woman 9 times, aborted the people 9 times, but kept the small things, and these creatures became cursed artifacts, and apparently this was held onto by the Jujutsu Society. Yes, for some reason it was like this. It's not really going to detail exactly why. It's just, okay, so that kind of explains what the creatures came from, and And of course, yeah, so they have battling for quite a while. And of course also that where where she gets basically affected with a curse, that she hits herself with nails. I at least appreciate that Juto was very considerate of her, basically protecting her, carrying her briefly, and even basically taking some blows for her, which, what a gentleman. Now, you might be curious, though, is there any romantic attraction between them? It's not really stated, though. It might be something there, but he's probably, I mean, I think he just does it because he wants to. That's probably the reason why Judo probably did it. And probably curious, though. Here's the weird thing about this. These Curse brothers have no idea that Juto is actually the host of Sutsuna. Yeah, they have no idea, which I found that be quite interesting to say the least. Yes, because they never done this before. Where we have a character where there he is, where he apparently you have creatures show up and they have no idea he's the host of Susa's host, which all the previous creatures knew this, that all the curses popped up in the series. These two guys, no idea. They just see that a kid basically is really strong, and both him and killing both of them. And it's a pretty grueling battle. At one point, they even swap homes. I thought that'd be quite cool. And one of them looks very much human, and the other one looks like pretty much a freaking curse. And at one point, I think like a random guy just hostage. Though he's gonna be free thanks to the nail stuff, because basically he got his arm chopped off by Juto. So after beating them, the corpses were taken back there, and yeah, they confirmed these people who were converted to eggs to cursed items. And you're probably thinking, where's their instructor in all this? Overseas. Yeah, Juto is overseas. Gaito is overseas. Why? They don't say. He just absent. So, yeah, after they deal with the curses there, and of course they get chewing out by their supervisor, which they go get something to eat, and then later on they have them go shopping, and then of course they have where she ends up basically trying to beat up Juto for dropping one of her bags, despite the fact that she says some of the stuff's actually his, which might be quite interesting. Yes, now as for a woman doing shopping like this, not unusual. It's what women do. They love the shop. Yep, they love the shop. Which, whatever. Yep. And, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, the ending is quite interesting. With the principal, still voiced by Kyle Herbert, takes suggestion from Orihime and Toto about basically all five. Yes, all five. Well, pretty much all five people. I would say most of all the Tokyo, pretty much all the Tokyo High characters, like the three main characters. Even the Panda himself is, I think he is recommended to be promotion. But everybody's promoted to first grade. Even Juto, which seems quite surprising given the fact that the old man tried to have him killed in the last story arc. And here, basically, Toto probably got a lot of respect for him because probably got to say the same taste as woman. So, he basically recommends the promotion. And that's that. Yep, that's the end of the season. Yeah, this actually was a really good story arc. If you're curious, though, what chapters in the manga does this cover? 5564. Yes, a 10-chapter story arc. Well, technically, from what I can tell anyways, they covered all but the last chapter. Do not know why this is. I thought this was kind of weird. Yes, as far as I can tell, there's no real explanation for this at all. Not really. Yes. But not much else to say about this arc. It's pretty good. It's kind of odd though we end here instead of, well, I think something a little more interesting. It just seems this arc is just okay. Probably after the epicness that was the previous arc, which was really good. Now, here's some positives about these 3 episodes. The voice acting is really good. I'd say the dialogue is still really good. The animation is fantastic. What else? The music is really good. Everything else about this is pretty good. It just seems as though some of the plot basically is probably the weakness of the story arc is the plot. excuse me, where it seems like a lot of this stuff happens completely at random. Yes, and it almost seems like this is basically, I guess that the studio who makes the series, I believe it's Bones, makes this one. Uh, I think so. Yes, I believe they're the one who makes it. The company who makes this is Mappa. Yes, Mappa. I guess they figure though, why not have the season end with an okay conclusion? Yes. Yep. I will be discussing something quite interesting in my next part, but yeah, this story arc is okay, but I love all the dialogue here. I think all the characters do a fantastic job here, and I like the fact that we actually have all three doing something. It's just kind of weird though that we have all these other characters pop up in the previous story arc, and here they do practically nothing because no one of these assignment story arcs. Yeah, it's very similar to the first Mahio arc, which that arc itself was only just a few episodes, or the Cursed Womb, which is a couple episodes, which actually they do reference Cursed Womb in this one. Yeah, it's a reference Introduction, Cursed Womb, and of course first Mahio. They reference several of the arcs, which I do appreciate that. I guess they probably figured out this is going to be the last episode of the season, so last story arcs, because, well, there's something more I'm going to discuss in the very next video. But yes, that's going to be pretty much it for this particular review. Stay tuned for the next review, which will be episode 7 of this series, which will be my final thoughts on the season and an announcement. Okay, next video. Bye.